Welcome back, everyone. This is Gerenitis bringing you Feed the Beast 1710. Today we are starting at episode 2 of our season 3 Let's Play. Last episode I ended at the other village. The daytime came, I made my way home. I've done a little bit of changing things around. It has been through yet another night and back to day again. So not a lot has happened. I did decide that I wanted to make my mine over here heading north instead of over here, and the reason for that is that I am going to um, appropriate. Yes, we're going to use the verb appropriate. We're going to take this guy's house, and he is going to join me in my current homestead. It is going to expand my house a bit, and that's what I want to do. So we're going to go ahead and make this an extension of my current house. We're going to knock down this wall. We're going to knock down that wall. We're going to join the two of these together in unholy matrimony, and they will then become one part of my humble abode. So give me a minute. I'm going to get this put together. Actually, it shouldn't just take me just another second. Let's just go ahead and chop this away. Actually, let's go ahead and put this up first because we don't want too many villagers running away. So one of the things that we're going to need quite a bit of is space. I know it's the final frontier, but we also don't have enough of it here to truly expand upon the beginner's house. Hey, stop that. So now that we have this particular section built in, get out of the way. I'm trying to do stuff here. Thank you. Alright, so we still have the F7 on, so we obviously need to light this up because we don't want monsters spawning in here either. Or in here for that matter. So let's go ahead and, ooh, that was my last torch. Let's place that a little bit more strategically, hopefully to get more of this place covered light-wise. That'll do, that'll do. Alright, good. So, we're going to go ahead and get this set. I'm going to finish filling in the floor here. And this will be... Oh, these really are each on a different level, aren't they? Wow, that's incredibly inconvenient. That's alright, I'll deal with it. So let me finish moving some of the stuff around, and I'll be back in just a minute, and we will discuss a couple of other things. Since I've got this going here, I'm also going to continue... Glass. I'm going to finish breaking up this wall. I'm going to finish joining these two houses into one house that is mine. And we're going to... with that guy walking around, he's going to wind up going down into my mine and dying. Oh well, I guess he'll just have to die. So we're going to continue doing this. I used up some of my coal to cook the potatoes that I gathered from the other village. Fun side note, because this is the spawn area, the area right here should be continuously chunk loaded because spawn area is loaded up to a certain number of chunks away. So in theory, these gardens will continue to grow even when I walk away. I won't need a chunk loader here as long as I keep my base close at hand. So I should be able to do that, and that should be a nice advantage to building here. Alright, so give me just a minute. We're going to chop up a couple more things, and then we're going to get started with some Botania stuff. Well, actually, I need to do a little bit more mining. I'm going to finish chopping down these walls, do a little bit more mining. Actually, I haven't really done any mining. I haven't found anything. And then we are going to get started with some Botania stuff. So we'll be back in just a minute. Alrighty, we're back. We have some iron cooking up here. I've got some extra coal that I went and retrieved. I put a pair of stairs here just because, you know, stairs. I have dug this tunnel a fairly good ways down. I got 16 iron, 4 copper, some lapis, some coal, a whole bunch of cobblestone, la-di-da. There's some stuff down in the tunnel that is honestly just not mineable at this point, and there's other stuff that I'm just not going to bother mining at this point. What did I do with that extra chest? I don't know, but you know what I didn't do? I didn't sleep through the night. Let's set our spawn point. and establish this as our base. We are sleeping through the night. Alrighty, excellent. So, one of the first things we want to do, obviously, is we want to go ahead and get ourselves a bucket, because this is how we're going to go ahead and start things out. Now, I could go ahead and use this iron to make an iron pick and therefore do more mining. But more mining is more boring, and we don't want to do more boring. We want to do more interesting things. So that being the case, let us take some water from here. And we're going to go ahead and make an infinite water source here at the base. Specifically, just because, it's the base. It's where the water sources need to be. And actually, I'm going to put it right over here instead of where I was just planning. I was going to put it right next to the Petal Apothecary, but if I put it in this corner right here, it'll be a little bit more concealed, and I won't have to worry about stepping in it as much. So we can go ahead and do that. And of course, anybody who knows anything about vanilla Minecraft knows that water source blocks are remade as long as two source blocks are flowing into each other with a space in between. So this way, by putting in a 4 section, that is now an infinite source, and I can just keep taking from it all day long. Okay, so now that I've done that, we can go ahead and put water in the Petal Apothecary, which is excellent. And let's see, I've really got to learn to shut the door behind me. Actually, no, I don't. Since I chopped out these pieces from the house, I can just put this here, so anytime I come in, the door automatically closes behind me. So that is awesome. Alright, so since we're going to go ahead and get this part going, let's see. We're going to need a normal set of seeds. And wait a minute. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be over here. Alright, cool. So we have a normal set of seeds. We're going to need some mystical white petals. We need 4 of them total. It would have been nice to have gotten 1 more mystical flower. That way we could actually make 2 of these and work twice as fast. But for now, we'll just have to deal with the fact that we're not going to. Okay, so we're going to make a pure daisy. So the Petal Apothecary needs to be full of water, and you need to drop petals into it. And as you can see there, we now have 4 white petals floating in there. If you shift right click with an empty hand, you get stuff back. So that's how you get pieces back out of the Petal Apothecary. And of course, once you have the correct number of things in there, you drop a normal set of seeds, and it makes the flower. So as you can see, having the petals is one thing, but you also need some of the seeds to go along with. Alright, so now we have a pure daisy. Along with the pure daisy, we're going to be able to make 2 different items that are going to be very useful. They're actually some of the basic building grounds for Botania. Let's see, we're going to need a safe area. I wonder if we should just build off of right here. I guess we'll just do this outside for now. We have a bed, we can sleep through the night, so we should be able to do this safely enough. Don't need that to be there, but that's okay. Let's see. I think I'm going to level this section right here down okay. I'm going to break my shovel. We're going to level this section right here down, and we're going to go ahead and make a couple of things. Very specific things, actually. One of the things we need to get started doing is generating mana. Mana is essentially the energy source that feeds Botania. Okay? So clear some of this out. And we're going to need to make some living wood. Okay? To make living wood, you take the pure daisy and you surround it by blocks of wood. In this case, I only have 1 block on me. I'll put that there. It can be done with up to 8 at once. You can surround the actual daisy itself with the wood. You know it's functioning correctly because you're getting these white particle effects around the wood itself. And here in just a second, you'll see that it will turn itself into living wood. The other thing that we want to make is living rock, but that will require that I actually make some smooth stone, because smooth stone is transformed into living rock by placing it around that daisy. So that being the case, since I'm waiting anyway, let's go ahead and put some cobblestone in the cooker. 8 pieces of coal, that should make 16 cobblestone into smooth stone. and let that go ahead and, you know what? Oh, cool, I got lots more iron. Sweet. Alright, so good. That'll get that going, and hopefully we'll get some more blocks of wood here shortly. Pure Daisy's taking his time, but that's alright too. We'll take some time to go ahead and get ourselves some more wood. Alright, so one of the things that I want to make first is going to be a flower. Let's see. Let's go back out through here. Mana manipulation, generating flora. In the generating flora section, these are all the different things that can make mana, and they all make mana in different ways. For the moment, we're only going to deal with the first one because it is the most basic and easiest to make. It is the Daybloom. The Daybloom is essentially a solar power flower. Okay, it's showing here that the way you place them, you don't want to place them in a grid. You want to have at least a space on the sides, kind of like cactus. Cactus won't grow or won't be able to be placed as long as there's something next to it. Dayblooms are the same way. They can be placed, but they don't do as good of a job. So when placing Dayblooms, just remember cactuses and you will be good to go. Okay, so in this, the Petal Apothecary, we're going to need mystical yellow, blue, and orange petals. Let's take, oh look, it changed, and I missed it. Oh well. Oops. Alright, so now we have living wood, which can be used to make a bunch of different things, and we'll get back to that in a minute. Over time, I will go ahead and be placing more and more stuff next to... Oh, see, look, they just changed. Got to see it in the background there. So we're going to need to see, do we have any... We do have yellow. We do have orange. We don't have blue. Why do we need blue? Yeah, mystical light blue. Okay. So do we have red, light gray, lime, brown, purple, magenta? Nope, we don't have blue. So we're going to have to go out and we're going to have to hunt us up some blue flowers. Otherwise, we won't be able to go ahead and make these. So let's go ahead and put this stuff up. And let's take a quick walk outside and see if we can't find some more stuff. Now I've got an extra chest around here. I need to put the extra chest down and put some of this junk in it. Nothing's actually junk, by the way. When I say junk, it's just stuff that I don't need right now. So we're going to go ahead and put up all the dirt, cobble, and so on over here. And then back over here, we're going to go ahead and put up... Oh, actually, there's dirt, cobble, and gravel here as well. We will eventually get into a way to keep things organized in some respect. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and toss things in here for now. And then we're going to go find ourselves, hopefully, a blue flower. Once I get a little bit of stuff going, I'll be able to make 2 items that will make this entire process a lot simpler. Cyan. Mystical light blue flower. Bingo, baby. Alright, let's see. Is that another one? Nope, that's another cyan, but... Orange. Lots of wheat. Lots of carrots. Yes. I will not be going hungry. That is for certain. Oh, yeah. No! Yeah. Gotta pay a little bit more attention. Because that would have been bad. Okay. Let's go back inside. Because, you know, inside is safer. And, haha, the door closes behind me automatically. Sweet. Alrighty, so yeah, that was creepers. I've got to pay more attention to the creepers. Okay, so we're going to need some normal seeds again. And we're actually going to need to go ahead and get this smooth stone out here and get it started turning into living rock, because the flora itself is good, but you have to have something that can manipulate and move and store the mana that you're creating. Thankfully, the Pure Daisy does not get destroyed when you pick it up. If I actually had, I would have been a lot more careful. I should have mentioned that beforehand, but facts are facts. Alright, cool. So now this will go ahead and be transformed into living rock while we go in here and make some more stuff. Alright, so what was that recipe again? That recipe was 2 yellow, 1 orange, 1 blue. Alrighty. And I forgot the yellow. Alright, so... No, wait, it was... Dadgummit. 2 yellow, that's right, okay. So... Cyan... Light blue... Orange. Okay, good. So now we can go orange, yellow, yellow, blue, and then... the seed itself. And then we can go ahead and refill it and make a second one because we can. Orange, yellow, yellow, and light blue. Add in the thing, and there we go. Okay, so now we have 2 mana generating flowers that generate mana only during the daytime. Let's go ahead and sleep through the night. Alright, so the whole purpose of this is to start getting mana. And once we have the mana, then we can start making some very interesting things with the mana. Sweet, we have living rock. Alright, so for now we're just going to build this stuff out here in the open. Later on, when we get a little bit deeper into the resources and get more situated, we'll have entire big sections just for this kind of thing. Obviously for now we can't do that because we're just getting started. This is probably not the easiest way to start. Tinker's Construct is a very good way to start. It's a very good set of weapons, good set of armor that can be made in that as well, and whatever. There's a lot of things that can be done with Tinker's Construct, and it makes it a very good way to start. However, I started with Tinker's Construct last time, and that being the case, I didn't want to do it again this time. So I decided on Botania because I really enjoy it, and I think we're going to have some fun with it. So in case people are wondering, yes, there is an entire 2 smelteries worth of stuff in the villages nearby, but yeah, we're not going to worry about that for now. By the way, for those of you who might want to know, there is the seed for this world. Okay? If you guys want to follow along, there's the seed. It's a bunch of numbers, but it stays up on the screen long enough for you to copy it. So have fun if you want to follow along. Okay, now that we've done that, let's look back in the Lexica Botania. We got 2 of those, but without anything else, those are basically useless. We need to make a Wand of the Forest for starters. The Wand of the Forest is going to require any 2 mystical petals and 3 living wood twigs. The living wood twigs are living wood... Are those blocks? Or yeah, those are blocks, aren't they? Which means I still don't have enough living wood. I only have enough to make 2. Yep, we're going to have to go out and get some more. So let's go chop down a tree real quick. Because we're going to need to get this particular thing set up. Oh, see, look at that. This guy's got a Tinker's Construct set up here. You know what? I'm just going to steal these logs. Because why not? We'll get us some more living wood made up. Now, the Wand of the Forest is... Think of the Wand of the Forest kind of like the wrench for this particular setup. You use it to manipulate various different things within the mod itself. You use it to assign things to... it's hard to explain it without having showed you the stuff already. So, give me just a minute. We'll make this up, and I'll show you exactly what it means and what it does, because I'm not good with words. Alright, good. We got more living rock. Now, eventually we will automate the creation of living rock and living wood, because doing it this way is kind of a really junky way to go about it. But, you know, again, starting out, do what you can do. Alright, good. So now we're going to get that together. While we're waiting for that to go ahead and transform into the living version of itself, we're going to go ahead and come in here and search through the Lexica Botania for one other thing. Let's see. Mana manipulation, we're going to need a mana pool. A mana pool is used to store mana that has been generated. In this case, we're going to use living rock, and it's going to make a diluted mana pool. Okay, we're going to make 2 of these because, well, we're going to need, well, you know, we're going to make 3 because I have the stuff and I see no reason not to. Alright, so the mana pool is good to go, so that means we need one other thing, and that is the mana spreader. The mana spreader basically gathers any mana generated in nearby objects and then condenses it into its liquid form and then moves it across space into places. Ooh, I am going to need more living wood and a piece of gold. I forgot that you needed gold for this. Well, I guess we are going to have to make that iron pickaxe after all. Because unfortunately, we can't actually get gold unless we have an iron pickaxe. So, alright, it's alright, we can deal with this. I've got the iron, not going to hurt my feelings. And in a very interesting side note, by the way, I happen to have already found gold. Of course I found iron. You guys have seen me playing with iron this whole time. Let's see, is that living wood transformed? It has. Let's go put up the new section of living wood real quick. And then we're going to go down and get the gold. When I was digging my tunnel down towards bedrock, I didn't actually make it all the way to bedrock, by the way, but I did make it down a good ways towards it. When I was digging down there, I actually came across some gold. So since I only need 1 ingot of gold, that's going to be an awesome thing to have already run into. Kind of fortunate, really. I mean, because otherwise finding gold can be a bit of a pain. I should have made some stairs before I came down here. I'm going to have to jump my way back up. That's alright. Down, down, down. I left a lot of stuff on the sides, you might notice. Oops. Including places for monsters to spawn. Oh my god, what was I thinking? Thankfully, there's nothing down here ready and waiting to kill me. That's kind of nice. Ah, that's right. I stopped because I ran into something I couldn't get rid of. Good old Ferris. And shiny? Wow, when did they add shiny ore? That's kind of cool. And gold. Ooh. Now, fun side note. This mod pack actually has dense ores. The dense ores mod pack is made by RW Tema. He's the same person in charge of the that other mod that I can't think of, but I'm okay, let's see. It is Extra Utilities. Extra Utilities is made by RW Tema, and he also made the dense ores mod. So, quick explanation of the dense ores. You see here that I have 3 gold ore. A dense ore cluster or a dense gold ore like this, when broken, has the chance to lead to more than 1 piece of gold. So we have 3 here, I broke that, and now we have 6. So that dense ore was actually worth 3 gold ores instead of just 1. Oh sweet, we got another one. So it's kind of like getting ore with a fortune built in, because you know when you mine coal or diamonds or something and you have the fortune enchantment on, then it has a chance of giving you more than 1 diamond. Well, the dense ores is basically the same way. You have a chance of getting more than 1 ore out of said item. So sweet, we actually wound up with 14 gold. That's an excellent way to start. So we're going to go upstairs, we're going to cook up some gold, and we're going to make ourselves a mana spreader. Oh my god, I really got to put stairs here. Definitely got to get stairs. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and put the gold in to be cooking. Hopefully I've still got some. Yes, we do. Good. Alright, good. The gold can go ahead and cook up. We should have more living wood that we can go ahead and harvest. And we should be able to go ahead and make our Wand of the Forest, otherwise known as the Botania Wrench. Now, the reason I'm doing this at this point is because we actually are going to have a lot of these things running. The day blooms actually generate mana at a very slow rate, so I want them to go ahead and be running while I'm doing other things because we're going to need the mana to go ahead and build up. So, since we have that there. Unfortunately, what I really want to do is get a lot of those day blooms, but I just don't have the right kind of... I just don't have the right kind of flower petals to be able to do that effectively at this point. So we're going to go ahead and get some more of the living wood made while we go in here and make the next set of items. Hopefully before we get done with this episode, I'll be able to show you guys the next set of things. You know, the things. Alright, so we should have, let's see, we now have enough living wood to go ahead and make the third stick. Wait, what did I just do? No, okay, whatever. Living wood planks, well, we'll use those too. They're used for a bunch of different things. We can go ahead and put this here. Actually, you know what? Because I am who I am, green it is. And of course, this actually does show you in the end here, you can see it's green on both sides here. If I were to take this out and put in an orange one, it would actually show that I have orange on the side. To the best of my knowledge, there is no reasoning for that other than just the fact that you can make it different colors to suit your whims. And since I like green, well, by God, it's going to be green. Alright, so next thing we're going to want is to make the mana spreader. And that is living with logs, gold, and anything, anything, you know, the thing. And this should make us a mana spreader. Excellent. Okay, now that we have this stuff going, we can go ahead and get the basic setup. We're going to get the basic setup started, and then we're going to sleep through the night because, you know, night, sleeping, good. Alright, so let's see where this is currently set up. I'm going to go ahead and place the mana pool. We're going to place the mana pool right there. And we're going to go ahead and place the mana spreader right there. Okay, so now when we have this, you can actually see while you're holding this, you know what, there's just not enough time, and I don't want to take a chance of getting crept up on by a creeper again. So give me just a second, we're going to sleep through the night. Let this pass by. There's the seed again if you guys want to. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the whole seed or not. But yeah, there we go. I don't have to worry about that as much. Alright, cool. So when you're holding the wand of the forest here, when you look at stuff, it shows you different things. So if I right-click on this, it's now showing that it's pointed at a diluted mana pool, and that the bar that you see right there, the bar right there with the little bit of green on it, that is showing how much that the mana spreader has accumulated. Okay, so right now the mana spreader has accumulated just a tiny bit, and you'll notice that this one has nothing in the bar at all. Okay, the mana spreader has gathered mana from the day blooms, and it has just enough here to show that it exists, but not enough to actually send over yet. Okay, it actually has to fill up a certain amount before it can actually send a full-size mana burst and put something into the diluted mana pool. So what we're going to wind up doing is sitting here and waiting for a second for this thing to build up enough mana to actually get something going here. So give me just a minute and we'll be back as soon as it sends a burst over. Alrighty, it finally got enough together to send a burst over. I think it may have sent 2 bursts since I stopped recording, but as you can see, it's now showing that it barely has any yet again. Now, as you right-click this, it updates it over and over again. Now, if I wanted to, I can actually shift right-click on this, and it will basically tell it where I want it to point. So if I shift right click here, hello, why aren't you, no, you're supposed to, okay, this is kind of awkward. This is supposed to, when I highlight it, it's not working. Okay, something's not right here. There. Now when you shift right click on it, it shows the highlight of it, and then when you shift right click on something else, it automatically points at it. I don't know why it was doing that like that just a second ago, but when you see the little outline of it, you can then point it manually at something else. Now, fun thing about the mana pools. If you are holding an item in your hand that if dropped in a mana pool will do something, it will show you. In this case, it shows that if you drop this mana pool into that mana pool, you get another mana pool from it. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And we dropped that in there, and it made a diluted mana pool into an actual mana pool. So we're going to go ahead and break this mana pool and put down the normal mana pool. The diluted mana pool can only hold a tiny amount of mana in it. So the first thing you want to do is go ahead and upgrade that so you can go ahead and have more stuff. Okay, so this should hopefully send another burst here in a second. You might notice that when you're holding the, yep, see, there went to burst. Wasn't that cool? That was cool. All right, so when you are holding the, I keep forgetting, the Wand of the Forest, the wrench. I keep wanting to say wrench, but it's not a wrench, it's the Wand of the Forest. When you're holding the Wand of the Forest, when you look at things, it will show you the amount of mana in them, and it will show you what all's going on with them. It also shows any pathways that the mana spreader is sending mana. When you take it off, it does not show the actual pathway. Now, when the mana spreader actually spreads some mana, when it does something, it will still show it. That burst will be shown whether you're holding the actual Wand of the Forest or not. So we're going to go ahead and let this continue running, but we've got the basic setup. We are generating mana. So in between episodes, I'm going to do a little bit more mining. And by a little bit more, I mean like ungodly large amount of, because, you know, like stuff need stuff. And we're going to go ahead and let this continue to be generating mana. I'm also going to walk around and see if we can't find some more flowers so we can go ahead and make some more Daybloom flowers. Now, before I get done here, let me show you one other thing, and that is in the generating flora. Since we have Dayblooms, we also have the Nightshade. The Nightshade is the opposite of the Daybloom. As you can see here, it's the dark counterpart of the Daybloom. It generates mana as long as, and passively in any situation the Daybloom cannot. In other words, when it's nighttime. Okay, so it does it half as fast, but it does generate during the nighttime, and it can be done with Mystical Gray, Mystical Black, and Purple. So if I happen to find some, you know, black, gray, and purple flowers, I will go ahead and make some of those for when I'm not sleeping through the night, because if I'm out mining, I won't be sleeping through the night. By the way, also, if you happen to notice while you're holding the Lexica Botania, it has that little book with the question mark on it, showing right next to the reticle. If you shift right click, if you just hold shift, if you hold shift, it will show you that it is an oakwood plank and it is from Minecraft itself. Same with a cauldron, same with a torch, the chest. Now in this case, crafting station is that the Feed the Beast wiki is where you can actually find that. And if you actually, while holding shift, right click on the thing, it will actually automatically load up the wiki that it is showing on the thing. Like right now, since I shift right clicked, in the background where you can't see, it is loading up the Feed the Beast wiki, specifically for the crafting station. So it actually is going to give you that information there. And I can actually do this on the Petal Apothecary, except that it doesn't actually take me to a wiki. It just says that it's the Petal Apothecary. Alright, so we're going to do some more mining. I really wanted to get one more thing made before we actually called it an episode, but I guess it's not meant to be. We'll see you next time. Until then, like me if you like me, subscribe if you want to see what I get into next, and as always, help spread the gaming.